All right, next we got what I think could be the best fight on this card. Choi versus Daniel Santos. And Choi has been in a lot of exciting fights in the UFC as well as Daniel Santos. So this is great matchmaking. We have both of them landing about the same strikes per minute. Choi a lot more accurate. Doesn't really surprise me. Santos is kind of wild. He's also absorbing more. Again, goes into the wildness of Santos. Santos from a Chute Box, Diego Lima camp. All those guys kind of fight the same way. They're just like they're very aggressive. They're going to go after you, and it's going to be a dogfight. So you have Santos, the more likely wrestler here, landing 3 takedowns per fight. Choi lands some takedowns. I'd be a little bit surprised to see him have success in the wrestling grappling here against Santos. I don't know how much I expect Santos to even use his grappling, as I think these guys are just going to exchange. That's kind of the fights that you see Choi get into. So then we want to go look. We got Santos at 31 years old, 14-2, and he is on a 4-fight win streak with the loss to Julio Arce, not the greatest loss. And not the most impressive wins either. And as you can see here, this is the 4th Korean that he's fought in a row, which is just kind of interesting because there isn't that many Korean fighters in the UFC. But Santos never finished. Durable guy. You kind of need it for the way he fights to be successful. 5-2 decision. I like that. So we go over to Choi, and kind of what is driving my pick here is we got Choi is 35. Not that old yet, but he didn't fight from 2019 until February 2023. He had a draw versus Kyle Nelson. I think he beat Kyle Nelson, but I mean, he should have beaten him a lot more handily. That's not a good draw to have on your record. Bill Algeo, gone. Nate Landwehr might be on his way out. We just saw him get knocked out easily by Cub Swanson in Cub Swanson's retirement fight. So these are not huge wins. And also guys that you could see Choi dominating. Then if you look at who he's lost to, I mean, these were a long time ago because this is before he did his mandatory Korean military service. But the fight versus Cub Swanson somehow didn't get finished. It was dropped a couple times in that fight. Jeremy Stevens knocked him out after that fight 2 years later. But you have to wonder about what that fight with Swanson did to his durability. Then he gets knocked out by Charles Jourdain. All 3 of those guys are going to be very aggressive strikers. And if you put pressure on Choi, he can be finished. And I think that's what we're going to get from Daniel Santos. So I took Santos to win by knockout, which is plus 275. You've got Choi losing 2 of his 4 losses by knockouts. None of his knockouts have been in the last 5-6 years, so that's interesting. But I do think that there's value on Santos winning by knockout. It's something he's definitely going to go for, and I think that Choi can break if you continue to put the pressure on him.